clearly Amnesty International believes that they should not, that these three individuals are prisoners of conscience, that their protest, which was clearly calculated to shock and was known to cause offence, nonetheless fell very squarely within the rights to freedom of expression and assembly, and that these charges therefore should not have been brought at all. And a potential 7-year prison sentence is out of all proportion to the 1-minute spectacle that was presented, and was presented with a legitimate and serious message.
Does Amnesty International believe that there is a political motivation behind the prosecution?
There's certainly some of that. The act itself targeted the twin pillars of the Russian establishment: the Kremlin, in the person of Vladimir Putin, and the church itself. Both of those two power structures have a very strong interest in preserving their power base, their status in society, and putting down a strong message in respect of this kind of act, that it will not be tolerated. So certainly the context of the protest, the content of the message, has resulted in a totally disproportionate set of charges.
And does Amnesty believe that the band members will get a fair trial, though?
It's very difficult to say. I mean, in this context, there's so much attention around this case already. The decision to bring charges was heavily influenced by a political context. The intervention of the Patriarch and the position of the Kremlin. We've seen in a number of cases of this kind of figure how difficult it is to secure acquittals, and it's likely that this case will also be very difficult for the individuals concerned to demonstrate that what they were doing, in fact, should not have been prosecuted at all.
I believe Amnesty thinks that they are likely to be sentenced because of the interests at stake. Wouldn't that make them martyrs for the cause?
There's certainly, from the perspective of the Kremlin, that must be a big risk. There are many who have consolidated behind these three women, who see in their protest an act that was designed to galvanize Russian society, and are very uncomfortable with the reaction that the authorities have taken. Even from a number of figures who expressed support for Putin in the pre-electoral period have come out in defense of these three women. So there is an aspect in which these will be transformed into martyrs, certainly in the eyes of an international audience, but also domestically in Russia.